Lucid Motors, baby! What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today was very exciting. We seen the everything squeeze with Lucid Motors. We are seeing a gamma squeeze. We are seeing a short squeeze. And we are seeing the mother of all buying activity, FOMO buying in the stock. We could go to massive levels. I don't want to overplay this. I don't want to underplay this because I have a majority of my portfolio, about 20% give or take. It's going up, it's going down a lot since we have been going through this rally, but I want to give you guys my explanation how high I think we could go, because obviously there is a good reason to be rallying, but we have not even seen a lot of the short positions be covered. This FOMO buying activity is really hard to measure, but we're going to do our best, give you guys the best representation of the data and how high we could possibly go and how I would go about trading this if I were you guys. Just to reference this, my long position in Lucid Motors is pretty large, like I said, relative to my portfolio. I don't think it's bad to buy shares for the long term. If you're trying to trade this is definitely a video that you want to watch and make sure you fully understand what I am saying. We're going to go over my trades, my position, the Ortex data, aka the short interest, what the shorts are doing, the option chain to take a look at, obviously the option chain and the gamma squeeze that is going on, as well as the news that is behind this move. We are up 2.37% in after hours, so we're definitely seeing a strong close, a strong after hours move leading to a stronger move tomorrow. So let's get into this video. A lot to cover. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel to stay up to date with everything Lucid Motors and all of the other stocks and trades that will make you guys a ton of money. That is why we're here. If you guys want to be a part of it, hit that subscribe button. Let's get straight into this video. Lucid Motors currently at $36.32. I am so surprised we did not see a volatility halt at one point in the day. Lucid Motors was jumping around, making big moves, 20-30 cent moves every single second, but we did not get halted. So this is actually a great thing when it comes to FOMO buyers. Once you start to see those halts come into the stock, if the news is not up to par, obviously to justify the move that you are seeing in the stock, then you will see those halts come in and then obviously usually sell off after those halts. But the fact that we did not see those halts is going to lead more people to feel even more comfortable investing or trading Lucid Motors. So that FOMO factor, really that X factor that we can't measure, I think is fully intact. Just because we did not see the halts, they did not on purpose slow down the momentum of the stock. But we rallied $8.46 to close out the day, hit a high of $39.78 per share. So we did see a bit of resistance around $40 per share, but we just could break this tomorrow. We're going to dive into all of that. But even in after hours, we are up 88 cents currently, 2.42%. So a very strong move. And what I want to point out, because we have been following Lucid Motors for a very long time here on this channel, ever since it spacked and went crazy last time around. I actually called the top, I believe it was February 20th, one of my most disliked videos, bought in at $17, sold out at $55. I said, hey, this is probably the top. 2 days later, crashed 45% in a single day. I don't think that is going to happen this time around, and we're going to talk about it. But we did cross above $33, which was really our only other resistance level besides $30, and we pretty much flew past $30, hit 33, found some resistance for probably about a half an hour, and then we broke out past that and continued on to the moon. Once we did break about $35, we just started to get some incredible buying power coming back into the stock, and $33 was really the last level of where we did sell off that day, obviously about 45%, gap down, and then we traded in between, you know, about $33, $35 for a couple days here. And then we did ultimately sell back down to about $20 per share. But we crossed above $33 per share with a beautifully clean break. This looks like we could be setting up for another continuation, just because the fact we went all the way up to $65 last time around. So people, when they're looking at this chart, they're going to say, hey, this was just at $65 not too long ago. You know, about 10 months ago, this could go back to those prices. I think about $40, that is very reasonable. Even tomorrow, if we do see this momentum continue in the pre-market, which it typically will, we could open above $40 per share. Does that mean you guys should buy it? depending on what you guys plan to do, what your objective is with this. I have a very large position that is just a long-term buy and hold. So I'm not thinking about selling shares. What I have been doing is selling covered calls. And we will talk about that, what I did with that. But if you're buying shares for the long term, I don't think you can go wrong buying them at these prices. But if the stock goes back down to $25 or $30 per share, there's no sense in doing that. If you're buying it for the long term, stick to your guns, hold it for the long term. If you're trading this, I would only like to day trade this, because the FOMO buying, this has really only lasted a couple of days. Now, Lucid Motors has great reasoning to be rallying, so this could actually last a little bit longer than some of the Trump SPACs, some of the other things. They are now producing revenue, delivering vehicles. Lucid Motors is now a legitimate company, and nobody can say that it is not. At least they have, delivered on their promise. Deliveries by October. Those are coming October 30th. So literally 2 days away, right? 1 day after tomorrow, we will have revenue at this company. Totally incredible. So there's definitely a reason to be buying this stock. As well as that, we do have earnings that, I don't know what they're going to say, maybe something crazy, but it says Lucid Motors will host an earnings call to discuss third quarter results on Monday, November 15, 2021 at 2 p.m. And this makes me very nervous for my covered calls that I sold. Like I said, we will take a look at that, but they may announce, much more deliveries or something else they plan to do, which should give us a lot of momentum. But I think a lot of traders obviously are just trading this. Tweet, this came out yesterday. Dreams come true. Deliveries of Lucid Air begin October 30th with an exclusive dream delivery event in California. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what comes out of all of this, how long the hype actually does last. But like I said, there's a great reason to be buying Lucid Motors for the long term, and you're probably seeing a mix of that. You're probably seeing the FOMO buyers. You're probably seeing some people buying this for the long term that have been, doubting EV companies that aren't producing revenue. Now they're producing revenue. So a lot of people do feel more comfortable now buying the stock. Other than that, you are seeing this short squeeze playing out, which is not being reported in the Ortex data. You guys can see this. This is very interesting. I don't know if shorts just didn't cover today. It certainly looks like it, but that's not what it's looking like. And if that is the case, if shorts are not covering, get ready for some wild moves, guys. We're looking at return shares of 4.3 million, which would be return shares, either covered shares that were returned to their owners or from the free flow on loan that was not actually sold short into the open market, being returned back to the owners. And we're looking at 7.91% short interest. That is not a high amount. It's considered, kind of high, but it's not like short squeeze level high. What is high is the amount of shares that are sold short of 42 million. Obviously, relative to the volume we've seen today, nothing in comparison. 372.1 million shares that were traded today. So very small when you're looking at that. But over the past, couple days, couple weeks, when you're seeing volume in between 15 and 30 million at the higher end days, that is a very large amount. So this can lead to a lot more buying power when those shorts are forced to cover, and if we do see forced share recalls. Now, there is a lot of ammo as well. Something you guys should be very aware of is that shorting Lucid Motors, especially if we have a rally tomorrow, it does make a lot of sense, because the fundamental valuation doesn't make sense when you're at $60 billion market cap like we are at right now. Then again, this company is going to be valued a lot higher that it's producing revenue. So just something to keep in mind. There is ammo to push this stock down by short sellers shorting the stock, and you're looking at 70% share utilization. So that means, out of the total amount of shares that can be sold short, that lenders are willing to sell short, 70% of those are sold short. So this is kind of high, not as high as something like AMC or some other stocks. There is a decent amount of shares that still can be sold short. Now, it doesn't look like they're doing that. The free flow on loan is only 8.88%. Comparing that to the short interest, that's 7.91%. Only about 1% of the free flow that can currently be sold short into the open market, which, if you're seeing this FOMO buying and gamma squeeze activity that is still happening tomorrow, which I do think it will be, like I said, it's not really going to matter if 1% of the free flow is sold short into the open market, in my opinion. Now, if you guys are trading this, something to keep in mind is obviously this FOMO, like I said, has only been lasting about 1 or 2 days until you do get a cool down. So if you're, making option trades in this and you're not holding it for a while, then you may lose money. So never, trade anything you're not willing to lose. And the way that I traded this today was just day trades. I'm scalping. I'm getting in, getting out, making a couple 100% gain or even a 25% gain and getting back out of the stock, just because you never know what is exactly going to happen. And really, we've seen a lot of contracts go into the money at the $30 strike, 26,000 at the 29, 13,500, and now you're not seeing too much that is actually not that is from the 36 to the $42 strike. At least it has not been updated. That is probably what is going on here. But you did see a ton of volume on these: 60,000, 50,000, 40,000, 25,000, 137,000 for volume. Just ridiculous amount of options that were traded. And take a look at these percentage gains, looking at 4,125% gain on that. That is absolutely ridiculous. But you are seeing a lot of just option activity in general across the board for all of these expiration dates, specifically a lot of options that have ran into the money. So when you factor in all of these things, the FOMO buying, the short sellers that have not covered on their short positions, the catalyst, the reasons to be buying Lucid Motors, it could keep going a lot higher. If we do cross over 40, that's where you're going to see that momentum pick up. Just watch for those volatility halts. If we do see the stock get halted, that's really where you're going to see some of that momentum start to slow down. As far as potential downside, $33 is really that level to watch, because that is really the higher end resistance level that we have not touched since we were, back here. When was this? March 16th was the last time we were $33. So watch that. I don't think we will go under that, but it is very possible. I am not a financial advisor, not a financial planner. So do not, listen to everything I say and just go crazy on options. I specifically said to play these as if you're going to lose that money. Do not plan to trade and hold these options for days thinking that you are only going to make money. That is simply not the case. If you're going to trade these, I like to day trade these. Do whatever you guys want to do. Buying the leaps is way less risky at the current moment. But we do have, like I said, earnings coming up on November 15th. So that's going to be another big catalyst to be watching for as well. Now let's talk about my position. What is going on today? And I am up $2,670 today, up 33.23%. In total, up about $4,400, give or take. Almost 25% of my portfolio, 300 shares at $21.46 per share. And I do have cover calls, these Lucid $42 cover calls for February 2022. So essentially, I agreed to sell 300 shares at $42 per share. I did this a couple days ago, so I am down $1,059 on this. I'm not technically down on this until it goes over my break-even price, which is $44.15 per share, but I did collect $215 per contract, $645. If Lucid Motors is above $42 by this expiration date, which is February 2022, then I will have to sell all 300 shares for $42 a piece. If it is under that, then I will keep $645 for free. If Lucid Motors does come crashing back down and this premium does go away, then I will likely just get out of these. Or if it continues to rally, what you can actually do, if you guys are in the same situation, you guys will find a ton of value out of what I'm going to say next, right? So I did sell the $42 calls. I sold them, collected like $215, right? What you can do, you can buy these back. Obviously, it's going to cost $568 a piece, so you would lose a lot of money. But what you can do if you want to, make more profits and agree to sell them at an even higher price, like I said, you could have sold or bought the February ones back, go out to like May, the $42 strike, so you still agree to sell them at the same price, but you could collect $743 a piece, so you would make an additional $200 a piece. You do have to be careful here though, because you can only do this a couple times before it, mathematically doesn't make sense to do this anymore. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen though. Lucid Motors is crazy. I'm excited I'm making money. It kind of sucks that I have these that I didn't wait to sell these cover calls, but it is what it is, guys. We are killing it. Congratulations to everybody that is in Loose Motors. Specifically, if you follow this channel and these videos, you are one happy camper. I just made a video like 2 days ago talking about Lucid possibly hitting $40 per share. So big congratulations. That is going to do it for this video. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel if you guys want access to all of my trades in real time. And that's probably what I should do next. Just show you guys my trades real quick. One of these, this one was super fast, so I apologize if you guys are in the buy and sell alerts and you are seeing this. I did buy a $40 call December 17th very quickly. This is when it was very volatile. I didn't even have a chance to send out a message, and it just started going crazy. I thought the stock was going to get halted, which it didn't, so I just ended up selling out real quick before I even sent the alert out. But I did buy, like I said, $40 call for December 17th at $565 for this contract. Sold out at $610, so that was a $45 profit right there. Earlier in the day, bought two $33 calls for this Friday, October 29th at $41 a piece, and sold them out for $90. Oh my god, that is brutal. Those things went up to $700 a piece at the high. Just absolutely incredible. You guys would have made fat tendies. If you guys want to be a part of that program, link down below in the description, as well as if you guys want to support the channel in another way, link for Public, link for Weeble as well in the description of this video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next one.